Hello, welcome back to Call Clutter Fairy, where I help you get clutter-free so that you can live stress-free. I've been getting a lot of comments lately asking how to store things like stickers, stencils, die cuts, things that are flat. And I went through and found some great ideas, and one of them I'm going to share with you today. You know, I have these boxes that I love so very much. I got them a few years ago at IKEA on clearance, so I'm sorry I can't tell you where to find them today. Martha Stewart carries a very similar color with a lot of different options, both at Walmart, at Office Depot, Staples, and I think on Amazon. So I do have the magazine holders in my Amazon shop. That link is below, and if I ever find boxes that match it, I will include it. But you can find storage boxes at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, so check for things that will fit your decor, but most importantly fit the item that you've got inside. So as I was going through my stickers, most of mine came in sheets that would definitely fit within this box. So I found this idea where you can custom make dividers that are closed inside so nothing gets lost. Nothing falls into the cracks here. So this is what we're going to make today. I have an assortment of stickers in here, and I don't use stickers very often, so I just kind of keep them loose. So I just went to Staples and I got a little pack of file folders. This was the least expensive option I could find. They do have them at the dollar store with a 3-pack, but this was 24 of them, and I think I got it for $3.99. So this was the most economical way to go. And as you can see, it doesn't quite fit the full length of it, but as I was looking at inexpensive solutions, cardstock by itself was pretty expensive if I buy one page at a time. And this is something I can cut down really inexpensively and either just leave it, or if I want to get fancy, I can cover it with some sort of coordinated paper to make it pretty. In this case, I'm going to be showing you, again, a very inexpensive way to cover it, and that's by using this wrapping paper that I found at Daiso a couple of months ago. It matches my decor, so I've been waiting to find a good reason to use it, and today's the day I get to use it. So the first thing I'm going to do is start sorting out my stickers by the way I want to sort them. So as you can see, I am just separating the likes with the likes. So right now the categories that I kind of have are letters, words, because an existing word to me is different than having to piece together letters. I have baby shower items. I have frames, because sometimes I like to frame a word, and I have a lot of those stickers and embellishments, so I'm going to keep those together. I have a lot of little flourish style things, so I'm keeping those together. And then borders. I'm also separating anything happy birthday, because to me that's a whole thing that I would go for just on its own. But I'd like to know how you break down your categories, because each person has to do it in a way that would work best for them. All right, so since I only have a few sections, I am going to keep this pretty minimal at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'll have one miscellaneous. So I'm going to make 8 dividers in this box. Now, I want mine to be self-contained inside of this box. I don't want them laying down flat. I want them standing up on the inside. So as you can see, that's not going to work, because these are 9 1/4 inches tall and the box is 8 inches. Now, you can absolutely build this so that the tabs are sticking out and you can label it just like that. Every time I do a tutorial, I always want you to take what works for you and discard the rest, but make sure that these suggestions that I give are really fitting you. That's the best part of this community, is you get an idea, you get an inspiration, and then you customize it to your own personal needs. Because my craft room is in a garage, I like to keep things closed so they don't get dirty. It's really dusty in here. So I'm going to be cutting these down so that they stand inside, and then I'll be putting little tabs on the inside of it. So I'm gonna get my paper cutter and I'm gonna start measuring. I'm gonna use my big old behemoth here for this one. And I'll see if I can do 2 at a time. So I am going to go 1/16 of an inch shorter. Great. I was able to do 2 at a time. Your paper cutter will obviously be very different. All right, yay! All right. So again, I only needed 8 of these, so I've got those. Yeah, I've got those set up. So now they're all the same height. So what we're basically doing is building an accordion. So imagine each section is together so that you can just leaf through it. Now, file folders always have a very small area that has been scored so that you can open it up. If you have a lot and you want to open these, make sure that you take that into consideration before you cut them, because as soon as you fold this, it's going to be at a different height. So I hope you can see that. Make sure you consider that before you open up the bottom. I don't have that many stamps, so I'm not going to worry about that. But you guys know I love the dollar store, love saving money. However, there are certain times when I think you should spend a couple extra dollars. And when it comes to shipping tape, which I use for crafts quite often, I say definitely spend a couple extra dollars, because the thickness of Dollar Tree tape is not good, you guys. I've always struggled with it. It is so thin, it gets stuck to itself easily. If it accidentally lands back on the roll, it's a nightmare to try and find the end and peel it off. So spend the extra $1 or $2 and get a name brand so that it's thicker, and you'll be much happier with it. So this is going to be a little loud, I apologize, but I am just going to start taping these together. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, tape on the opposite side of where the natural fold is. That will make it easier for the step after this. So this part's going to be super quick and easy. I'm just going to go to the next one. Now if you have a lot of these, you guys, I don't think that there would be a limit really onto how much it would fit, except for the size of your box. All right, here's my last one. All right, so right now this is what it looks like. So here's the taped portion of each one, and this is the side I'm going to decorate. And again, you do not have to do this. You can certainly just stick it inside of the box this way and start organizing. You can write what each category is inside. You can put a sticker label. This is where you get to be creative and do your magic. For me, I have had these rolls of paper for quite some time, and I have been dying to do something cute with it, and because it already matches the box so well, this is, I think, what I'm going to use. I think wrapping paper is such an inexpensive way to decorate on something like this. I know you can get scrapbook paper, but sometimes those are close to $1 or more a piece, where this whole roll, and this is a big thick roll, this was only $3, and you know, when you've got that 40% off coupon, it just makes it a really affordable solution. The tricky part, of course, is cutting it so that it fits. I'm just doing a rough cut on this. You could get very precise if you want to, but I'm just laying the folder open on top of the paper and marking where I'm going to go. Now, I do cheat because I am extremely lazy. Once I have marked it, I'm going to fold my paper on that line so that I can cut 2 at the same time. Again, I get heralded for being so creative, but you guys, I'm truly just lazy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and I'm not going to bore you with cutting out all 8 of them at once, but I do this for each one of the different colors that I have. And then once they're all cut, ta-da, all 3 are magically cut, I can now cut them and separate them into the 8 separate pieces. Now, big thanks to No White Space stickers. This is where I saw the idea, and I of course just kind of customized it to myself. But as I cut these open, I'm going to fold them in half, and this is the exact size that's going to be going into the manila folders. So I'm going to take these all apart. This one, good heavens, I could not get to cut. This was paper that I got from IKEA, and I got a lot of it, but it is definitely a very thin paper, so it tore easily. So I finally gave up and just got the scissors and hacked at it. But I did this for all 4 of the pieces. I would cut them and then fold them in half. And then once I had them in a stack is when I kind of got to play with it and see what kind of pattern I wanted. So this is the part that was fun, as I got to lay it out and really look at how the papers would work together as a pattern. So once I got it laid out, then I knew I could start adhering them to my file folders. Now you can use whatever medium of adhesion is your favorite, whether it's the tape glue, the guns, the dots. I personally like spray adhesive. Something I do want to mention is fold these the opposite way now that they are done. This will make it much easier once you have your file folders laid out to just start placing the crease against the file folder, and I'll show you what that looks like. But what I do is get a box out, and this allows me to safely spray with my can and not get overspray everywhere. But I put it inside the box and then I spray it. This first spray was kind of messy, I don't know why, but this way I could just line up the crease, fold it over. Do not do it flat, because what will happen is if you do it completely flat and then fold it, you're going to get a weird crease. So use whatever method you want, but line the crease up to the paper, to the crease of the file folder, and then fold it. And this will make sure that you have the flat adhesion of paper to your file folder. So go ahead and do this with all of your sections. Again, I only had 8, but you go ahead and do it for all of yours. And the great thing that I like about spray adhesive is it's not permanent, so you have a few minutes to pull it up if you do have a crease in it, and then you can just lay it right back down. So I love that. It's very forgiving. As you can see, this one was kind of ugly, so I just folded it, made sure that it was straight, and voila, no problem. So now I'm just going to use washi tape to adhere the seams together. This just gives it a cleaner look. And then I go over those seams and the washi tape with shipping tape. This gives a very clean look. It also strengthens it, since this is where you're going to be touching it the most as you're going through, and will allow for a much longer use. All right, now that I've got that all done, you can see it looks cute. It's got the little sections and it's cleaned up. I would just add another strip to the front and the back, which is what we adhere to the box, and that way it just has that very finished look. So I'm going to do that real quick and then we can put it in the box. So I just attached the back washi tape directly to it, and now I'm going to take that front section and do the same. So you can see basically all it's doing is creating a little floating storage area where you can put the things inside. So my last little bit of washi tape here, I'm going to go ahead and attach this pretty one. So here it's all set up. I think it looks so cute and custom and pretty. It's my colors already, which I love. Now I've got my section in the very beginning for baby things, birthdays, borders. Of course, I alphabetized it. I've got my flourishes, my frames, And then over here is a section I desperately need to purge, but letters. I have alphabetic letters, and I'm going to go through and pare that down greatly and donate to my school. And then over here I have miscellaneous. And last but not least is word art. So this is my new stickers. It'll be super easy to go through, but like I said, you can organize just about anything that you need that's flat. So if you have stencils, if you have gift cards, if you have, I don't even know, die cut frames, this is a quick way to organize it. The important thing is find a storage container that will fit your supplies, and then you can customize these and decorate them any way that you like. So you are such a creative group. I truly love reading the comments and finding your suggestions. Don't hesitate to say, hey Noreen, did you ever think of this? Because you might inspire someone else who hadn't thought of that idea. It might prompt a whole new way of thinking about something that will really help your fellow crafter. So I love the comments. I love the positivity that you all bring to the table. So thank you very much. And you guys, I just hit 20,000 of you who like my content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means the world to me. So if you're new to my channel, if you wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell, not only does that tell me that you're liking what I'm doing, but it tells YouTube what you're interested in, so it can customize that content to you. I'm trying to post twice a week, so until then, I'll see you on the next video.